The Fortnite Star Wars season drops in just 8 days time on May the 2nd, but we have now seen the Battle Pass and much more. But guys, if you do go ahead and pick anything up from the item shop, it would mean the world to me if you could use code FFYT when doing so, as this does help support me and the channel directly. And if you'd like to receive a gift, all you need to do is drop a like on today's video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and comment your epic down below, and you can receive a gift very soon. And guys, with us getting closer to season 3, which we know is the Star Wars season, and having just had the final update of season 2, a lot has been revealed. Guys, you don't want to miss a single part of today's video. We've got even more information than all the previous videos. Make sure to stay tuned until the end,
because it's iconic.
Now, we're not going to waste any time today. We're going to jump straight into it with the Star Wars content. Star Wars leaks, Star Wars news, live event, Battle Pass skins, you name it, we've got it inside of this video. But we are definitely taking a look at the Battle Pass skins in this video later on. Now, obviously, we know there is a live event coming up. Now, we've seen tons and tons of stuff regarding this live event, and it's been slowly building up on the map for now. So we're going to start off with a pretty crazy theory for this live event from Lulu. And guys, strap in because this one is crazy. Rumor. Yes, rumor, so it's not confirmed for now. New potential Season 3 live event info. In the Season 3 Death Star narrative event, similar to Operation Skyfire Chapter 2 Season 7 live event, we may explore the Death Star as we follow another character around to complete a task. The loopers might use a 0-point shard to push the Death Star through a portal, which causes it to both explode and destroy part of the Battle Royale island. This info comes from a source that I cannot fully confirm at the moment. I did get proof of some solid stuff, but still take it with a big grain of salt though. If this info is true, do you think it sounds like a good live event? Now, I've seen a few tweets about this. I'm not going to lie, obviously, a lot of them pulling from this. And if this Death Star ends up destroying part of the map, this is setting up perfectly to move over into Season 4 with a new area. Guys, this sounds crazy and sounds such a cool event. But actually, how is stuff even going to build up to this event? I mean, obviously, at the moment, we've got the Dago Death Ray on the map, and we've had the 5 stages of this Dago's Ray shooting up into the sky when we're on the battle bus. And now we've got the Death Star on the map. So the Death Star is obviously on the map right now, and the Death Star will actually get closer and closer to the island over time, and yeah, it's just going to keep on getting closer. Now, obviously, in this tweet right here, it does say about second image. We're ignoring the first image, but here is the second image. Now, this is the Death Star getting close to the map until its final form, with obviously the one that is the closest one to us. Now, when we eventually do get into Season 3, a lot of stuff is going to change, especially with this Death Star. Now, during the season, we will see the Death Star moving. There'll be 4 phases. Phase 1 is the first image, and each phase is connected to that image. Now, obviously, these are the images I'm going to go for right here. So we've got phase 1 right here, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Now, what you can see in these images is the Death Star actually rotating, and it's pointing its what I believe is called a death ray at the map. I'm not too sure what it's called, okay, but it's actually aiming at the map. Now, this is actually quite interesting because in the teaser trailer that we did see, we can see Palpatine looking over the map, and this Death Star is actually pointing at a location on the map. I'm a bit unsure what location this actually is, so if you do know, let me know down in the comments below. But it's going to be crazy. There's a lot of teasers about this yet, and we're still obviously yet to see the actual full trailer for this new season, because obviously the one we've seen, even though we saw it a while ago now, it's only a teaser trailer, and we're hoping to see a new trailer pretty soon, maybe on May the 2nd or May the 1st. Obviously May the 2nd the season starts. Anyway, now talking about May the 2nd, obviously the season is starting. We are starting this season with Imperial Takeover. We're going to have this for a few days before we do pull. Do we pull? I'm getting confused there, guys, but we do move on to the Pull of the Force, and this is going to be the longest stage of this, lasting 2 weeks before we head over to May the 22nd to Mandalorian Rising, and then a week later, May the 29th for the Star Destroyer Bombardment, and this is when the live event that's going to be taking us into Season 4 is going to begin, before we actually get the finale for the live event on June the 7th, which is the Death Star Sabotage. Now, how do we know this live event is actually going to begin early? Well, multiple Star Destroyers are actually going to be visible in the sky next season, not just during the event. So these Star Destroyers are going to be like patrolling the map for the entire season, and the fact that we've got something like a stage called the Star Destroyer Bombardment suggests to me that these Star Destroyers are going to start attacking the map before the Death Star does, and the Death Star is just going to finish it off, explode, and just obliterate certain areas of the map, so we can get these map changes for Season 4. Now, we do know with this live event that it's going to be a pretty crazy one in general. Obviously, tons of theories around it. We know it is going to be an interactive live event for certain, which is going to make it even more fun, and the 5-part saga will lead up to an in-game narrative live event that will surely have players feeling like they've got the fate of the whole galaxy in their hands. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm extremely hyped for this live event. The whole leading up to it, with the Star Destroyer bombardment and then the Death Star just obliterating the map, it's going to be pretty crazy. Obviously, seeing that in the trailer as well, that Palpatine is actually controlling the Death Star by the looks of it. Guys, it's about to be a crazy season. And something even crazier about this season is going to be the Battle Pass. Now, the Battle Pass is actually a full Star Wars Battle Pass. As we know, it is only 35 days long this season. We're only getting a short one, so the Battle Pass is probably going to be shorter, and I believe we're only getting 5 skins for this Battle Pass. We do actually have some confirmed skins for the Battle Pass. Not all 5 of them, unfortunately, but we do have at least 3 skins that are confirmed for the Battle Pass. Now, starting off, we have the Palpatine skin. Now, this is seen in the trailer. It's a pretty cool looking skin. You can see him in the trailer, obviously controlling the Death Star. Guys, he's going to be one of the favorites, I think, in this new season, but he's not going to be my favorite personally. Moving on, we do have the Wookiee Cuddle Leader. Now, this is a mix between the Wookiee Chewbacca skin and the Cuddle Team Leader skin. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit freaked out by this. It's a little bit of a strange skin. I don't know who thought of this idea, but at the same time, it's probably going to be a bit of a cool skin. And then my favorite one has to be the Darth Jar Jar skin. Now, with this skin, I believe we're getting 2 edit styles, one with the hood up and one with the hood down. But what you need to actually notice in this trailer is the Darth Jar Jar skin has some kind of mythic lightning ability. Now, we don't know if this is going to be Darth Jar Jar's ability or whether this is going to be Palpatine's ability, which would make more sense, but it's looking pretty crazy, and it's definitely going to be a cool ability, and we do know that lightsabers are returning to the game. Now, along with a new season, we do get new POIs. Now, one of the images, in fact, before we talk about this and before we look at the images, I've just noticed that when I was actually getting the images for this video, that they're getting content creators to tweet these images, and then Fortnite are retweeting it, so it's pretty crazy the way they're doing this. Well, here is one of the images right here. Now, on this image, we do have a Star Destroyer. I only know that because of the big Lego set. I've never watched Star Wars in my life, do apologize, but it's like a very expensive Lego set, and it's absolutely massive. Now, to me, this just looks like an ordinary POI, ordinary Star Destroyer. It doesn't really bother me too much, but iFireMonkey tweets this, and it's actually rather interesting. Some nerd stuff I know, but the POI that Sparkle QT tells us that the map will have POIs from all Star Wars eras, not just the original trilogy. The Millennium Falcon's radar dish was knocked off during Return of the Jedi and replaced with a rectangular dish, which is in the image in The Force Awakens. So that's pretty cool. We can have different stuff throughout the trilogy and not just obviously one thing. Another POI that we are looking at is this eat place right here. I believe that these like dog things that are laid on the ground are actually called eats. I'm not too sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, please do. So yeah, it's a pretty crazy location in general. Obviously, just got to wait to see what happens inside the game when this new season does drop. But guys, we've got tons of stuff coming to the game, and we've actually got one more change, and that is Reload. Obviously, Reload had a new map dropped inside of it, which disabled the other 2 maps, but I don't know whether it was a mistake and now they're running with it or whether they meant to. But all the Reload maps are back in rotation, so Reload now has 3 different maps in rotation. But guys, the season is about to be crazy for Star Wars, so if you're around here, please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.